up? What's up? Special live, Rick Paulton, Ryan Inman, more to join, I'm sure. As you've all heard, we had some bad news today, and Ryan and I were texting back and forth and decided that we should jump on real quick, like literally just walking in the house, both of us, and talk a little Ozzy Osbourne / Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
On this day.
Yeah, man, this is like, I guess, our generation's version of our parents when, like, John Lennon got shot, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Or maybe older people that are, when Elvis passed, or something.
Yeah.
Even
though those two events happened only a couple years apart, I believe.
They were pretty close together, 77 and 80?
Yeah.
If my math is right there. Let's see. St. John's, Michigan, Jason in the house. Ozzy, you will be missed. Yes, he will.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, JP says he's going to be on in a few. Awesome.
Definitely. I was hoping he would pop
in.
in.
I sent a couple messages to a couple people. I shared the link on the page. If you're watching this live and you want to come on and tell an Ozzy story, how he impacted your life, anything about him, funny story, whatever, you can click the link that's on my personal page, Rick Paulton on Facebook, and I shared it to the Whole Damn Enchilada page. I don't know if we can post it in the comments. I don't know how to paste. I don't know how to paste with an Apple. I know how to copy. No, I think I do know actually. Command V. Did that work? I think it did.
Oh.
Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, the link is in there. I don't know if you can click on that and come on, but if you can, do so. If not, go to our page and click it, and we'll put you in the waiting room and bring you on to talk about it. As horror fans and metal fans kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah.
It seems, the metal community and the horror community are pretty much one and the same. So being big metal guys, Ryan has performed in a metal band, and we've just been fans of the genre and the music. We actually met at a metal show for the first time in person, at a Pantera show, which we're going to be doing tomorrow again.
Yeah. That kind of weird how everything comes full circle.
Yeah, definitely. And so yeah, that's how we even met in the first place, was through heavy metal music, and none of us would be even doing any of this heavy metal stuff if it wasn't for Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. So definitely. When do you remember the first time you were exposed to Ozzy Osbourne and or Black Sabbath?
100% I do.
Well, tell the story.
It's actually a great story.
This is going to be a little different today. This is going to be just off the cuff, no preparing at all. Like literally texting me while I'm out driving, like trying to figure out we were going to do something special on Thursday. And then Ryan was like, "Why don't we just do it now?" Yeah. And I was like, "All right, let me get home. You get home, and we'll do it off the seat of our pants. We've been doing this for a couple of years. We should be able to get through this." All right, so go ahead with your story.
So I was an only child growing up, and MTV was my babysitter. So I was into like the current things in like the late 80s, early 90s, and I had an affinity for like metal, Guns N' Roses, Metallica, and all that stuff. And I was actually on a school bus, man. I was probably in, I don't know, 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid on the bus, I was talking about current music I liked. He's just like, "What do you like, Black Sabbath?" I'm like, "Who?" He's like, "What?" You
said this is 6th grade?
Yeah. I was on a school bus, and this was like going home from school, He's just like, "Oh, man, you got to check out Black Sabbath, blah, blah, blah." Well, the next morning on the way to school, the same kid comes up to me. He hands me a tape, a cassette tape. Remember those?
The tape days.
Yeah. And it was "We Sold Our Soul for Rock and Roll," Black Sabbath's greatest hits on tape.
Okay.
And this was a Friday. I remember it. And he's just like, "Listen to this and just give it back to me on Monday." Okay. So I took that tape home and I listened to it 15 times that weekend. Like,
hell yeah.
It changed.
Just wearing that tape out.
Oh my God. Yeah. I obviously I dubbed it. So I had my own copy and I gave him back his. And I remember his name.
Did you dub it on a real tape, or did you dub it on a tape that you put the little pieces of paper and or tape over it and taped over something?
No, I actually bought a Maxell like tape.
Yeah.
Like a good one, But yeah, I know that trick too. But I remember this kid's name. And he was like Eastern European. I don't know exactly what country his origin was, but his name was Laszlo.
Right on,
And
Laszlo.
yeah, and I wish I could find this kid. Like, and I was thinking about finding him like years ago. I think I'd look for him like on Facebook. I couldn't find him, but I don't remember his last name. He went to Fairview Park middle school, high school in the early 90s. If anybody knows a Laszlo that went there, get in touch with me. I want to find him.
Right on.
And thank
JP just came into in the green room. We're gonna go ahead and throw him on. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys?
What's up, man? Yeah, we decided to do this impromptu Black Sabbath / Ozzy show since the unfortunate news of Ozzy's passing, and I'm happy that you were able to join us.
I think a lot of people are shocked. You know, it's crazy. We were talking about this on tour after his final show, and we were all just kind of sitting there thinking to ourselves,
"Oh, JP dropped out.
Oh no!
We'll give him a second. I'm sure he'll be back."
Oh, he's got the spinning wheel of doom. Oh, now that's gone.
Yeah, he'll pop back in a second, I'm sure. But
it's crazy to think though, his last show was only 16 days ago.
16 days ago. I know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And Charles Sherrod from the Dive says, "Heroes are temporary, legends are forever. Rest in peace, Ozman."
Right.
See, here he goes. He's back. We'll throw him back on. You dropped out.
Sorry, somebody decided to call my phone, and it just.
Oh, you're on the phone. That's why. Yeah, that happens to Ryan on occasion.
Yeah, I was actually going to get on my computer and everything, but I had everything unhooked, and so I don't have my interface hooked up to actually
all
do a
good.
podcast
Yeah, this
style.
is totally off the cuff, impromptu, bam.
So what I was saying, we were actually talking on the last tour after the final his final show. We were all just kind of sitting there talking on the bus, and we were like, he's not going to be here much longer.
No, and he knew it too. There was an interview that he did right after the show, a day or two later, and he was like, "I'm fucking dying, man." Like, you know, and it was so sad because like, and he said, you know, he can't sing, and he sounded good at that show. I don't care. Yeah. He sounded like Ozzy, and he kept going like this throughout the whole show, just trying to stand up, and he couldn't do it. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
but you know, I mean, a better send-off couldn't have been done. You know, I mean, the bands that showed up and showed out for that, and everybody was so good, and all the Black Sabbath covers, and just even the way he performed. I mean, he sounded great.
You know, I think it's really cool. I mean, that he got to go out the way he wanted to with that final show.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was to the point where today we're going to see Pantera tomorrow. Today, I was thinking to myself, I don't know if that's going to be his last show because, you know, this is before I heard the news, because of how good he sounded. I said, I think Sharon's going to find a way to wheel that guy out there and just, you know.
No, I think no matter what, even if his health was better than it turned out to be, I think that was it.
This is a guy that's had a few last shows.
No, it's not like he's fucking Kiss or anything, who's had how many farewell tours?
He hasn't had as many as them.
No one has.
Quite a few.
He's had a few, not as many as them.
Well, Ozzy loves music more than them. They love money more than him.
Right, absolutely. I agree with that too. But what is like one of your first memories of Sabbath and or Ozzy?
So my very first memories is because I was pretty young, and for the life of me, I couldn't tell you how old I was. Maybe 4 or 5, maybe even 6. It was in that area.
Same for all of us, I think, pretty close.
And I was actually, when I was little, I was really into country music. I knew nothing about metal music, rock music, like nothing about it. Like my favorite band back then was like Alabama.
Really?
I went through those days. I know about Alabama.
If you're gonna listen to country, that's one of the better bands, though.
Yeah. So I can remember my dad had got one of the big satellite dishes.
Oh yeah.
My dad had gotten one of the big satellite dishes, and so at that point we had MTV, and we lived on the side of a mountain. There was no cable TV. There was none of that. So where we were at, and so we had the satellite. So we ended up with MTV, and my brother was watching, and I remember Bark at the Moon video coming on. And it was the first time I'd ever seen Ozzy, heard Ozzy, had never heard Black Sabbath before, even prior to that. Knew nothing of Ozzy, had no clue who he was. But I saw this video with him turning into that werewolf and everything. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever because I loved, even back then, I was into horror films already. And so when I saw this video of Bark at the Moon, it just, I gravitated to it. I was like, I love this, you know.
Yes.
And that was my first ever experience with Ozzy.
And it's perfect because as I know, you especially love like werewolf and like vampire type movies too.
Yeah.
So that whole imagery really fit into your tastes.
Yeah, it did. And that's probably why I fell in love with it so quick, was because of the imagery of the werewolf and everything that was going on. And it's been a while since I've seen the video, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there was a woman in it that was on. She was a werewolf. I feel like she almost came off as like a demon possessed type character or something. But I do remember her being a werewolf as well or something.
Yeah.
I was too poor for cable back then, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I have seen the video, but not enough where it's vivid in my mind. But what is vivid in my mind is the first time I heard "Bark at the Moon." I think that was my first exposure to Ozzy Osbourne. I was about 5, 6 years old, like you, and we were always had metal music around. Like so we, my parents, they listened to like, well, not really metal, but hard rock. And somehow I ended up with 3 cassette tapes. It was my first 3 cassette tapes. I think I stole them from somebody. Even at 6 years old, I was a little thug, whatever. So we had Beastie Boys License to Ill. So that came out in 7. So I was
86.
86. So I was 7.
So it came out the same year as Rain and Blood because Ruben produced them both at the same time.
Well, I didn't have Rain and Blood. I got exposed to that much later. But I had Beastie Boys License to Ill. I had Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, and I had the Bark at the Moon album.
Yeah.
And I remember we had, like, there was my house, my friend Tom's house, and across the street from his house was my buddy Eric's house. Not the Eric that you know, but a different Eric from a long time ago. And I remember we were playing Bark at the Moon, top volume on a boombox from Tom's house across the street to Eric's house and singing the words at like the top of our lungs, horribly, I'm sure, and just pissing off the whole neighborhood. But that was my first experience with Ozzy Osbourne.
See, I think I got lucky because I heard Black Sabbath before solo Ozzy stuff.
Yeah,
and
I
while
may have, but it's not as memorable.
And while I do like solo Ozzy stuff, I like Black Sabbath way more.
Way more.
Like way more. Like I ranked my 13 favorite songs that Ozzy sang on.
Yeah,
they're all Black Sabbath songs.
All 13.
Every single one of them.
Wow.
There's not one solo Ozzy song that could crack that list.
Josh says, "What's up, guys?"
And I like a lot of them, but not as much as Black Sabbath.
The Woman in Black. Tomorrow's her birthday. Well, happy birthday! It will now be it's sad day because we lost a legend. So sad. That's the Woman in Black from Chippewa.
Yeah, my favorite haunted house.
Everybody's favorite haunted house that's ever been there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Charles Rod says, I don't recall many who were able to go out and retire on their own terms. Many just cash it in or can't do it. At least he had a true farewell. Don't get me started on Kiss. Ozzy is in a whole other category.
Yeah.
And I agree. And that's what I was saying. He got to go out the way he wanted to. So I think that's super fucking cool.
And Josh said, seen Ozzy one time in 2011 with Slash. I've seen Ozzy, I don't know, I'd say about 6 times, all at Ozfest.
Yeah,
I saw him with you in 1998.
Oh, the Rubber Bowl.
Yeah, Akron.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. I saw between Ozzy and Black Sabbath, I've probably seen him 10 times.
Yeah, and I've seen Black Sabbath because they toured on one of those Ozfest.
Yeah. Well, I saw Ozzy by himself the first time I saw him, and I can't remember who opened. I want to say it might have been Type of Negative. I remember Sepultura was supposed to be there, and Sepultura had canceled for some reason. And
that's real Sepultura with
yes, it was when Max Calavera
with the Cavalera brothers still.
Yeah, and I think it was right after Roots came out, maybe right before Roots came out. But I think Type O played that show as well. But then I saw him again, obviously, multiple times at Ozzfest. I saw the first, or I think it was the first, but the first one I remember, the Black Sabbath reunion with Ozzy in the 90s. Then, obviously, he brought Black Sabbath on to Ozzfest after that, a time or two that I remember. And, but yeah, I've seen him multiple times at Ozzfest after those first couple times that I had actually seen him not at a festival.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I've seen him at least twice, Black Sabbath at Ozzfest, because in one show Sabbath headlined, and one show they opened for Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
They were first.
When we saw him in '98, it wasn't Black Sabbath; it was just Ozzy. But they split the set in half. He did a bunch of solo songs, then they took a short break, and then they did a bunch of Sabbath songs.
I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it was.
I do remember him singing Sabbath songs at different shows. I don't remember the halftime there, but I was really high that day. It
was only like 5 or 10 minutes. Oh yeah, it's one of the only times I've ever seen you smoke weed.
Well, that was because there was Ryan used to roll these joints that looked like camel wide cigarettes. They were perfectly rolled and big as could be, hog legs.
I brought a whole pack.
A whole pack. And at the time, I think you smoked camel wide, so they fit, right?
So did Chris.
Yeah. So they're in a circle passing around this joint, and Fred Durst and Paul Booth, the tattoo artist. You familiar with Paul Booth?
Yep.
He's fucking amazing. I didn't know who he was then. I found out later who he was. Yeah. I was watching some of the Discovery shows. Like, I was hanging out with that guy. But they passed me the joint. I'm not going to say I didn't smoke with Fred Durst, right? And then there was also a cop in the circle that hit the joint too. And I'm like, fuck it, like it hit the joint. I don't smoke, so I got really fucked up.
I burned one with Dez from Cold Chamber at that show.
He was there too. Yeah, I remember meeting him. Dez and Raina. Raina had a broken ankle.
I didn't meet her. I just met Dez.
Yeah. Oh, that was just a great show. That might have been the first time I seen Ozzy. It might have been.
That was my first and only time.
Yeah.
And talking about things like that, this last tour we just did, the Static X tour. Mm-hmm. The very first night, and you guys know I don't drink.
Right.
Yeah.
So the very first night, I'm like walking back outside, and I'm actually getting ready to go onto our bus, and Tony Kempos walks up to me from Static X, and introduces himself. Obviously, I know who he is. I grew up listening to the guy. Yeah. Comes up to me, introduces himself, shakes my hand, and then commences to pour me a shot of tequila.
It's like you're not going to do it, right?
And it's like, you don't say no to Tony Kempos when he comes up and introduces himself to you. You don't turn a shot down. So, that's
kind of the same place I was at,
Yeah, I took a shot with Tony Kempos, and then it was like 2 days later, he shows up, he knocks on our bus door, and I open the door, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" He goes, Here's you a bottle of tequila," and hands me a bottle of tequila, and I'm like, "Thank you, man." Which I do love tequila. It is the drink that when I do drink, I love margaritas. So
that bottle will last JP like a year.
That bottle would last me a lot longer than that.
Let's see, we got Josh says he's seen Ozzy one time in 2011 with Slash from Guns N' Roses. That's awesome. Charles Sherrod says, besides his death, the one thing that is going to bother him most, almost as much as all these fake fucking singers, actors who are going to come out and say how they loved him and how they will all say that they like the same song, just like when Prince died and everybody was favorite was Purple Rain. A side note about that Purple Rain thing, I thought the coolest thing was, speaking of somebody that Ozzy, Sharon Osbourne discovered and signed to their label, Corey from fucking, what, not Mushroomhead.
Slipknot.
Thank you. Corey Taylor. He happened to be in Minnesota the night that Prince died and did an impromptu version during his set of Purple Rain, and it's
I heard about that.
Amazing.
I think I saw that on YouTube or something.
Yeah, it was on everything. It was so good.
I think my favorite that came out of that was the Chris Cornell cover.
Oh my God! Yeah, the Chris Cornell cover of
Billy.
What is it? Jesus Christ!
It was a Sinead O'Connor song.
Sinead O'Connor did it. Chris Cornell did it better.
Compared to you.
Nothing compares to you. Yeah, they both did it better than Prince.
That's fair.
I mean, not that Prince didn't do it good. It's just they were just better. You know, sometimes you get those covers where like
Sinead was perfect for that song.
Yeah. And in the video with just her head and the black background.
And then the tear comes off. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Perfect.
But Chris Cornell, that dude had a great voice as well.
I saw him perform that song live from the second row dead center at Lakewood Auditorium.
In Lakewood, Ohio.
Yeah.
I started to go to that.
I missed that.
That whole show was him, a stool, an acoustic guitar, a microphone, and a bottle of water.
Yep. I started to go to it, and then I think it sold out before I could get tickets. Something happened.
I would imagine. Yeah, I'd imagine tickets were hella limited.
I bought mine secondhand, and I paid out the ass because it was dead center second row, and it was my girlfriend at the time's birthday. So I had to get the best I could get.
Yeah. So I was actually still living in Lakewood at the time when he did that.
Right on. Have either one of you guys ever met Ozzy?
No, never did.
I have. I'll tell you a story about when I met Ozzy. It was great. So Ozzy and Black Sabbath were doing their tour together, and rumor has it that they were doing it because they wanted to get in the Rock Hall. And I don't know how true that is because Ozzy didn't even show up. He didn't give a damn.
I don't think he cares.
I think he was mad that they, took so long to put him in. They had to get Eminem and, everybody in first.
Yeah, of course.
But this was before that when Sabbath went in, though. And they were doing their tour. The album was a double album that they came out with. Was it called Heaven and Hell?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was with Ozzy, right? Not with Dio, right?
Heaven and Hell's a Dio album.
Okay. I forget what it was called, though, but it was a double album that came out that they brought out, right around the time that they toured with on the Ozzfest tour too. And me and Adam went to somewhere in Akron, the mall that used to be in Akron. What mall was in Akron?
Summit?
No.
Summit's still there. Chapel Hill?
Might have been Chapel Hill. And because it definitely started with a C. In Akron or near Akron. And we were in this line for days. And the only thing he was signing, people had guitars and everything. And the only thing they were signing was this album. It was at some record store. And the way it would work is you went through the line, you got a copy of the CD, and he signed the CD as you were walking through, And not just him, the rest of Black Sabbath was there too.
Yeah.
So people were like deciding, do they get the CD cover, the actual CD signed or the liner notes signed? And somehow, as they're going through, I had them both open, and they started to grab both of them and send them down the chute. So I'm getting double autographs, right? This is kind of cool. I was going to go back and buy a new CD and, whatever. And I'm with Adam, my buddy Adam, and he gets to Ozzy, and he says to Ozzy, he asks Ozzy to spit on his shirt, man.
Oh, yeah.
And Ozzy, you got to keep in mind, this is a guy that has snorted ants, bit the head off bats, birds, all this shit. And he looks at Adam like he's got a third head. He goes, I'm not spitting on your bloody fucking shirt. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'll never forget it. Word for word, that's exactly what he said. And Adam was just like, oh, dude, it was the funniest shit. But I got busted doing my double autograph gimmick at that point, too. So they go to rush and hand me back my shit. And Ozzy had signed the liner notes, but not the CD, and they smeared the O in Ozzy when they were handing it back to me. But I got that memory, which is much cooler probably than the CD. I got that memory of Ozzy Osbourne saying, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's one of my best friends.
I'll have to teach Adam about that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, no, it's going to come up, guaranteed. What are you doing tomorrow? Are you around, JP?
Work.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, go to the Pantera show.
I think I'm. Well, I mean, I guess I actually. For what time where is it? What time are you leaving?
Blossom, and I'm gonna get there super early, but we could probably figure out something for you to get there.
I can pick.
I don't know. How are you getting there? Are you leaving from Stowe? Or undisclosed location?
Yeah, I'm in Stowe.
Your undisclosed location that's close to JP's.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if you get off the air and you want to talk to us,
sure,
you can make it happen.
Because I get off at noon.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Well, go and fucking hang out, dude.
Get off, take a nap for a while. I can pick you up if you want.
And I mean, I could even pick you up too because I'm
either
not
way,
near noon.
what
We'll
time,
talk
man.
about it off. We'll talk about that off
If
here.
you want to
we
be
can talk
there
about
super fucking early, have Rick get you. If you want to be there on time, have me get you.
Josh says, "How cool would it be to smoke a joint with Dimebag?" I have met Dimebag. And I actually had tickets to the show he got killed at, but I didn't have a ride. So
I was in a van that Dimebag kicked one time.
you were in a van that Dimebag kicked? That's
yeah,
pretty
like
cool.
we were in the van and he come running through a parking lot.
Just kicking vans?
They had just played this the LJVM Coliseum in North Carolina, and we left the concert at the Coliseum and went to Ziggy's, which was across the street, which was kind of like the Peabody's of North Carolina back then.
Okay.
And they had an after show, and the after show Testament was playing. And so we drove over and was going to go watch Testament for the after show. And we're in the van and Dimebag, like, we're in this trashed. I mean, the van is just a shit. It's just a fucking shit box is all it is. And Dime and I can't remember who else was with him, but it was just some of his crew guys that was with him.
Probably
it was all guys you would recognize from the Pantera home videos and stuff.
It's the cat.
He comes up and he is fucking trashed, and he like runs up. He sees this van and it's covered in stickers and graffiti and just, it's one of those vans. And he sees it and he's drunk as hell, going to go see Testament just like us, and runs up and like kicks the side of the van and then just keeps on walking. And we're just sitting there. We just watch it happen and just laugh about it.
That definitely sounds like a Dimebag thing to do.
And it wasn't like he ran up and kicked it like trying to damage it. It was like he
just
tried to do like a kickflip off of it,
Yeah, he was wild, man. He's definitely a good dude. We met him. We met him and the rest of Pantera at Record Exchange back in the day, and he actually Rex Brown traded backstage passes for my friend Pat's shirt. He was wearing a shirt that says, "Remember, kids, Charlie loves you," and it's got a picture of Charles Manson. And Rex ended up wearing that shirt at the show that night. And his girlfriend actually went backstage with Pantera because he thought that was a good idea. I don't know. So some people I know might be Eskimo brothers with Dimebag Darrell. Some people, maybe the present company, I don't know.
Well, if the one girl in particular you're talking about, if that's the one, then I'm
It definitely is. That was the point. That was the point, Brian. You and Dimebag Darrell are Eskimo brothers.
I'll never be able to ask him for sure.
Yeah. Oh no.
And I wouldn't believe I wouldn't believe a word out of her mouth. but I'd believe him.
Jesus Christ. Oh man. So
you know what happens when we go on the air in the afternoon?
Yeah, just no plan, just boom, just jumping on here. Just wish it was under better circumstances for sure.
Well, yeah.
So did you get my text about next week? You want to do that?
We can.
Okay. So next week, since we're gonna do Trick or Treat since Ozzy was in the movie. And we can't do that this week because this week we got your partner, Ryan, coming on to rank the Hellraiser movies, and we got to get rid of that. We got to get done with that. We got to put it behind us. We got to put it to bed.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Children of the Corn.
No, we're not doing that. Not yet.
Your
we
next
need a
franchise,
episode, buddy.
Your next franchise needs to be Children of the
Corn. We already named it.
Too many of those. There's too many of those. First of all. And most of them are bad. You even said so. And you, the lover of bad movies, have even told us that those are bad. So we're going to go with Ryan's thing, which is what I wanted to win when we did the poll anyway. Phantasm, because I need to watch those. I've seen the first one. I love it. I think I've seen the second one. I don't remember it. But anything past 2, I definitely haven't seen.
I'm so mad because Phantasm is one of my favorite series.
Yeah.
And I have the box set. I actually have multiple box sets, but of the Phantasm series, but the last one I bought was the one with the sphere.
Yes, I want that.
Now, I still have the box set.
No sphere.
However, when I got back from tour...
Get the fuck out of here. That was missing?
The sphere was missing. Yeah.
Ah.
Dude, so much shit. There's so much shit gone. Like, Still finding shit that's gone. So yeah, my Phantasm sphere is gone.
Yeah.
So
That's wild, man. That fucking sucks.
But yeah, no, Phantasm's great. I don't know how you're going to like it.
I did like the first one. So
did you ever watch all of them?
No, I haven't. I know I've seen one for sure because I've watched it recently and I watched it before. And
I don't know. I'm
pretty sure I've seen two.
I don't know how you're going to feel about them. Now I love them.
Yeah,
I've seen the first 4. I've never caught the last one.
So Rebecca says you got to put it in the past. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna try to just get that out of the way and no more Hellraiser.
And
they announced they're making a new game.
The thing about you guys, you saying you're going to do Trick or Treat. That was actually the film I wanted to do last Halloween.
Yeah, I remember.
And I didn't because it wasn't streaming anywhere at the time. Was the only reason I did not do it. But now I believe it's streaming now, isn't it?
It may be streaming, it may not be streaming, but if it isn't, it is available now thanks to my friend Michael Felsher, who is directing the Hearts of Darkness documentary, the Friday the 13th Jason Goes to Hell documentary. He did the most awesome special edition for it. 4K, comes with the soundtrack. It comes with a poster of Sammy Kerr, special features for days. I believe that there's some Ozzy Osbourne commentary on there. Don't quote me on that. That might exist. You know, or at least
Gene Simmons.
Didn't we watch that at Adam's house?
We watched it at Ryan or Adam's house. I just had it on me. We threw it in. We watched.
I was there. Yeah.
Yep, you were there. I don't know what we were there for. If it was a football day or something, but I had it. We watched it before whatever we were doing. That might have been the plan. I don't know. That might have been right after I got it. I wanted them guys to see it.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, Ozzy plays a preacher in that, doesn't he?
Yes.
Like what's and
Gene Simmons is in it too.
Yeah, and Gene Simmons, he has an easier role though. He's a DJ. You know, it's not out of his comfort zone as much. You know,
they offered him money, so of course he showed up.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think at the time Gene was wanting to get into acting because I mean he did a number of movies. He did Runaway, which I actually
the movie he did with John Stamos.
Oh, that was.
I've been seeing clips of this all over the place, and it's hilarious because in the movie, Gene Simmons plays a transsexual.
Yeah, well, I know the movie. I'll find it and I will send it to you because I can't think of the name right now.
Dude,
from that clip, I want to see it just because of that.
It's bonkers. It's bonkers. It's great. I love it.
I'm gonna tell you this though: if I looked like Gene Simmons, the last motherfucker I'd want standing next to me is John Stamos.
Right.
But did you ever watch Runaway? Did you ever watch Runaway with Gene Simmons and?
I don't think I have. And, I don't recall seeing Gene Simmons in any movie except for Trick or Treat.
Runaway is fantastic. Like it's a great science fiction, futuristic kind of serial killer horror film. And Gene Simmons plays the main serial killer in it. Mm-hmm. And it stars the main protagonist is Magnum PI himself.
Tom Selleck.
Yep.
Do you have his Tiger's hat?
Oh yeah, always.
And the best part about the John Stamos Gene Simmons thing is it looks like it's old. So pre Full House. I'm not sure if it is.
It is.
But John Stamos looks the same there as he did in Full House as he does today. Yeah. And the guy is just one of the best looking people that ever walked the earth.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't want to stand near him.
Let's see. St. John's, Michigan. Jason says Phantasm is the movie he was playing the first time he seen Friday the 13th, and he sneaked into the drive-in every night for 3 weeks. When I see you on Saturday, I got a birthday present for you, by the way, Rob.
I know what it is, and I'm not telling.
Got one for Ziggy too, if he's watching. It's not his birthday, but I got a present for him.
I don't know what it is, and I'm still not telling.
We're going up to Motor City Nightmares on Saturday. I don't know if Ryan's officially in or not. We're not decided.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to the convention. I'm going to get my Friday the 13th Part 5 album signed by a couple more people. And then that night, there's a poker tournament. And if Ryan comes, I'm bringing a ringer because they don't know that Ryan used to be a professional poker player.
I don't know.
The guy never had a real job until recently. The guy never had a real job. He was a professional poker player. He was a heavy metal singer. He was he promoted music. He's done he's always worked, always made money. He never didn't have money, but he never had a real job. until just recently.
Yeah, and I was
the
never.
first real job he gets, he just jumps into management somehow at a place and just running the place.
Yeah, and I wasn't poor until I started working real jobs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go figure.
Absolutely. He did better with the different hustles and stuff. Some of which we will not talk about.
No.
I guess you're not illegal anymore. So can we talk?
I won't say what it was or where it is, but I did once work for the company that JP works for now.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
I did. For about a year. I never got into management there, though. They were a lot tougher to climb the ranks.
Well, that and COVID happened right then, and you were just out.
That's why I split. Yep.
I've been there for 6 years now almost, and I only stay because they work with my touring schedule.
Yeah,
I really like the people I work with too. So
I did too. Man.
You gotta just
but just just the things that were asked of you and the time you had to do it, I just was like, I felt that.
I'm used to it. I was in store management for Walmart for 15 years. So yeah, it's nothing. That's nothing.
So back to the Ozzy thing. Let's get back to that a little bit. So you said you've listed your 13 favorite. You have that list handy? I mean, they're all Sabbath tunes. We'll do a round robin, 13 top. Start with you. 13-1. He's got a list handy. We're gonna have to go off the cuff. I don't have a list, but we'll
need a list.
You don't need a list, really, but
it's all good. But yeah, I thought, come up with 13 because that's what we always do for like.
That's what we do
when it's just like top, we go top and bottom. We go fives. When it's just good, we go 13.
Yeah.
So, and I really thought about it, and I like a lot of solo Ozzy material. I do, but none of them can crack these 13 songs. So yeah, spoiler, it's all Black Sabbath.
Mine will not be.
And it's also all from the first 6 albums. I like the other 2 also, but not as much as the first 6.
Ozzy was on 6 Black Sabbath albums?
8.
Really? Okay.
Number 13 is the first album, the self-titled Black Sabbath.
The song Black Sabbath.
Yes.
Yes.
That is number 13. Just those chimes and then that iconic riff. You're hearing that over the rain for the first time. It just, oh man, it's infectious. It's catchy. And then that outro riff. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, just.
Now, the Black Sabbath album is the one with the house?
Yes, and the witch in the yard.
Yeah, I want to go to that house. Did you see Jimmy Norton break into that house? Or not break in, but the gate, it has a powered gate, secured gate. And he drove by to get a picture from the street, and the gate happened to be open. So him and that comedian that was on the puppet show, the puppet show that they had on Comedy Central.
Whatever.
Crank
Yankers.
Crank Yankers. He was one of them. And the gate was open, so they went in, right? And they're all up in the windows of this place. The gate closed. They're stuck on the other side of the gate. The video don't show how they got out. They probably had to jump a fence or something, but I would have did that too. That's so worth it to get that close to that house. All right, so what would be your 13th favorite Black Sabbath song, JP? And we won't hold you to this, so since we're doing this on the fly.
I'm just going to give you 13 songs that I like because I'm not going to put them in any particular order because I didn't make a list.
Fine. There's no rules to this shit.
I didn't make no list, so I'm going to start with NIB because that riff is so iconic.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a good one. Definitely a good one. And
that's on my list too. It's high.
It would probably.
Like I said, I didn't have time to organize a list, so I don't know. I know what my favorite's going to be, and then I'm just going to throw out songs until then. And I will go with Paranoid, since you guys both have Black Sabbath songs. It's one of the first songs I learned word for word.
The jamming ass tune. It's so memorable. Did not make my list though because I like so many fucking songs of theirs.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. The biggest hit song though of theirs that made my list is probably my next one, and that's War Pigs / Luke's Wall.
Oh, I fucking love War Pigs.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be way higher on my list.
Yeah.
But oh no, War Pigs is just the best, and yeah, that's just an amazing tune. I love that.
And it has such a great deep meaning to it too,
Absolutely.
My dad actually wrote the his local newspaper back in the early 90s. He still has a copy of the paper somewhere because that was back like at the end of the Cold War and all this stuff was happening in the Middle East, and they referring to all these people as like warlords. So my dad writes him, he's just like, why are you calling these jerks warlords? Just call them war pigs. Like, and they printed that.
Nice.
They printed his letter. It was pretty cool.
All right, JP, number 12.
I'm going to go with one that I'm going to assume that neither one of you guys would probably mention. And I'll definitely Ryan won't because he picked all Black Sabbath songs.
Yeah.
Perry Mason.
That's a good one. That is on, what album is that on?
Osmosis.
That's what I thought. And see Charles back here, Osmosis, my favorite Ozzy album and one of my all-time favorites. Played the cassette tape until it broke. Then I went and bought the CD. I like the cover of it, and that was actually one of my lesser favorite Ozzy albums, but it is good. And it just shows like, just everything he did from start to finish was great. I mean, he was always great. And
was that one still Zakk Wylde was still playing?
Yes.
I think Zach was on that album, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of that guitarist.
And I'll be honest with you, we're talking about 13 favorite songs. I could honestly just pick the No More Tears album because of Zakk Wylde.
Yeah, and Lemmy, who wrote like half the songs.
Okay, so that'll be my number 12 then. Hellraiser. We're doing the Hellraiser.
Wrote that one too.
With it. And if you haven't heard, they did a modern video, but I think it came out 2022. And it's Lemmy with Ozzy mixed together, and the video is all animated. If you haven't seen it, it's freaking awesome. So
I think we should post that today.
Oh yeah, we could post it.
Perfect for it.
Mm-hmm. I'd play it during our live, but then it'll get us banned.
Number 11 for me is a song they wanted to name Volume 4 but the record company said no. So they call it Volume 4 instead, and the song is Snowblind. Everybody knows that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Just too much of a cocaine reference. The label was like, you can have the song, but you can't name the album that.
Oh, so they wanted to name the album Snowblind, not the song Volume 4. You said it backwards. You said
they wanted to name the album Snowblind.
Yeah, I know. You said they wanted to name the song Volume 4.
No.
That's what threw me off. But right, I got you. Okay, JP.
Let's go with Mr. Crowley.
Fucking phenomenal.
Yep.
Always a good one.
Blizzard of Oz.
Yep, Blizzard of Oz.
So Josh says real quick though, he wants to know what your favorite Ozzy album would be. So on your next pick, you could pick and just say what it is or whatever. And I'm gonna go with Bark at the Moon just because how influential it was in my whole musical development.
I'll just throw it out there now. It's got to be Blizzard. It's got to be Blizzard? Randy Rhoads, man. Yeah,
Randy Rhoads. I mean, Randy Rhoads, very underrated guitarist, I think. I mean, is he Ozzy's best guitarist?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. You say no. Who do you got? You got Zach?
Well, my favorite album, No More Tears. It'll always be No More Tears.
Zach is Zakk Wylde. Ain't no wrong answer there. They're both great.
That was his most.
We're gonna go see Zach tomorrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I got a feeling that they're going to do it. They're obviously going to do Planet Caravan because that's on the set list anyway.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that they do some other Sabbath / Ozzy stuff.
Do Hole in the Sky because that was on one of their studio albums.
Yeah. We'll see. So what are we on? Number 10, 11?
10.
10? Okay, so 10th favorite Ozzy tune.
Oh, 11 for you.
11 for me. Okay, 11 for me. Lita Ford and Ozzy Osbourne, Close My Eyes Forever.
Wow.
I love that
deep
song.
one. That's a good song.
It's a good song. I mean, it's like one of those, it's not a very manly song, but I love it. I ain't gonna lie.
That was boss of him to appear on that shit because she had that Kiss Me Deadly song and they're both from the same album.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good for her because it was really, but she never ever touched that kind of success again, unfortunately.
No, she's still touring on occasion and stuff. She was at a horror convention recently, sitting next to somebody that we know, like somebody from a Friday the 13th film, I think, and just jamming on her guitar like in the middle of stuff. Seemed like
she was good. She was super talented. She was good.
Yeah, one of the greatest female guitarists of all time.
Well, I mean, she was part of the Runaways, wasn't she?
Yeah, the Runaways. Mm-hmm. All right, so number 10, Ryan.
My number 10 is back to the same album, Volume 4, the opening track, Wheels of Confusion / The Straightener. It just fucking rips, man. From the beginning, it's has that bluesy, and then it gets that slow riff, and then it picks up in the second half. It's like 2 songs in one.
JP, number whatever we're on.
My number 10, Fairies Wear Boots.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's on my list too.
Fairies Wear Boots. Yeah, that's definitely a good one.
What about Jack the Stripper? That's part of the actual title.
Yeah.
All right.
That's high for me. You'll see.
I've not got mine in any particular order though.
Yeah. We're just doing our best winging it. I'm prepared a little bit.
Because smoking and tripping is all that you do.
My favorite Ozzy / Black Sabbath to number 10. I will go with Iron Man because the Road Warriors. The wrestling, they used to use Iron Man as the ring entrance and get the craziest, loudest pop, the Road Warrior pop.
It's a great song. It's a catchy song. It's memorable. It's iconic, but it's like the one Black Sabbath song I could go the rest of my life and not hear again.
It's very commercial.
Now, the track right before that one is the next one on my list.
Okay.
After Forever from Master of Reality. That's the second. Actually, no, Iron Man's track 4. After Forever, song number 2 on that album, and that one just fucking rips, man. Right after Sweet Leaf, it goes After Forever.
Right on.
Well, let's just keep it Masters of Reality, and I'm gonna say Children of the Grave.
Great song.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
It barely missed mine, but it's right there.
Oh, and you know what? We don't even have to really keep count since Ryan has a count on his. We'll just say random things until Ryan says his number 1. I don't have to worry about what number we're on. I don't have to try to. This is how when we do these lists, it's a hard enough time trying to keep track when I actually have stuff written down. So my next favorite Black Sabbath / Ozzy Osbourne tune, I like Changes a whole bunch, and I like that version of Changes by Youngblood.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really good. I hope they make that commercially available.
Okay, if there's a second Black Sabbath song I could go without hearing again, it's that one.
Well, this one he never played live. That was always over the PA when you were leaving.
Yeah,
an Ozzy concert, which I always thought was a nice touch as you're walking out. But yeah, I like it a whole bunch.
Yeah, I mean it's different. It stands out, but Planet Caravan's way cooler for a different tune. That stands out because it's.
I like Planet Caravan better by Pantera than I do by Ozzy.
You're wrong.
No.
I can't be wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong. It's an opinion, man.
Your opinion's wrong.
Here we go. Number 8 for me is Back to Volume 4. Such a great album, and it's Super Not.
So that would be Ozzy's best Black Sabbath album, then, obviously, right?
No.
Okay.
No. I'll rank those at the end, the albums. There's only 6. I'm not going to touch the last 2. They're
Megan's with Charles. She says Osmosis is her favorite album, not a skippable song on that album. And Over Ozzy's Death Got Chills, Misty says. Yes, definitely. All right, it's on you, JP. Throw a song at us.
Let's just go with Symptom of the Universe.
Great song.
Yeah.
What's crazy is like we haven't doubled up yet. It's crazy.
That's a Sepultura did a cover of that one. That was
their cover was great.
Yeah, with the acoustic outro. So
yeah.
Good.
Hey, have we named any songs that are later on your list, Ryan?
Yeah, JP has named 2 that are going to get brought up soon.
Okay, cool. I was just going to say that'd be crazy if we did. What would that be? 39 songs and they were all different.
Which
is possible. I mean, it really is.
Catalog, yeah.
Because there's so many good ones.
So many fans.
Brett Wagner, Leatherface in the house. What's up, brother? We're doing a little impromptu tribute to a Black Sabbath and Ozzy. If you have any Black Sabbath or Ozzy stories, you feel free to jump in and tell us. And we will put you on if you want. All right. So it's on me. Ozzy Osbourne songs. I'm trying to say ones that weren't already said, but just for the hell of it, so I don't have to think anymore. I'm gonna say War Pigs. It's already been said, but but I love it.
Yeah, it's fucking great. So, and at number 7, I have one that JP mentioned earlier, and that's Wasp, Behind the Walls of Sleep, basically NIB, which are all 4 of the songs in that medley or whatever you call it. Yep.
I'm going to go back to Ozzy and away from Black Sabbath. I'm going to say Shot in the Dark.
It's a great song.
It is.
One step away from you. Yeah.
And I think I always gravitate to that album because there was songs from that album on The Wraith, the movie The Wraith. And
oh yeah.
So like I think Secret Loser was on there, and yeah, there was a couple. I think there was a couple of those on the Wraith movie.
Okay, who's it on? Me?
You.
Me? Yeah. Many things going on all at once.
It's all good.
All right. Oh, yeah. Brett says Lita and Ozzy had a great deal together. I was just saying that. Close My Eyes Forever. I love it. It's one of my favorite songs. Were you at one of the cons that Lita was at, Brett? Because I just seen recently she was doing horror cons. I don't know if that was you that she was next to or somebody else that I'm friends with on Facebook. But Ozzy songs, No More Tears. The song No More Tears from the album No More Tears. The video that they play on during the set is really awesome. Yeah,
like
it's good stuff.
Kind of thing. Yeah, it's
really a little cool mini movie thing that they have going on. Yeah, it's really good stuff.
Yeah, we saw that in '98. They showed that, and it made it more like you felt like part of it. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Number 6 for me is another one JP already mentioned. That's Jack the Stripper / Fairies Wear Boots. The closing song from Paranoid.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Mr. Tinker Train.
That's a good one too. Isn't that the first song on No More Tears?
Yeah, it is.
Opening cut. Yeah.
All right.
I think that one was not an official single, but it was released to radio, so it did get some play.
It did, yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't pushed like No More Tears or Mama, I'm Coming Home. Or anything.
No, but it was released as a single, but it wasn't pushed hard like those.
Right.
So even though the Mama I'm Coming Home, when Ozzy sang it at this show, was one of the saddest things ever and it made me cry, that will not make my list of top 13 Ozzy Osbourne songs. I kind of feel the same way about that as you do Changes in Iron Man. It's a great song. It's just been, overdone to death, I do like that we had that last time of him singing it and just how emotional he got during it, which then caused me to get super emotional. Let's see. We got a comment real quick. Top 5 for now: Bark at the Moon, Iron Man, Mr. Crowley, No More Tear, and Word Pigs. Definitely.
I'll have to break into my top 5 as soon as Rick reels off another one.
Man, I'm trying to think. Sweet Leaf. We'll do Sweet Leaf.
First song on Master Reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that a lot of hardcore people consider that to be their best album.
It's probably that one or
Megan just gave me an idea for my list. I'm happy.
That one or Paranoid are probably my top 2 favorite albums of Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
My number 5, it was surprising because this is actually a song that I didn't really pay much attention to back in the day, and only recently, probably in the last year and a half, I kept finding myself just putting it on playlists all the time, and it's the very last song on Sabotage, their 6th album, and it's called The Writ.
Okay.
It's like 3 or 4 different songs and even genres in one, and it's very like stadium anthem-y. But then it gets like kind of melodramatic, and then it has a real hard, heavy, edgy, like closing riff to it. And I love it.
Right on.
The Writ. It's probably their most underrated song in the whole catalog.
There you go. All right. JP, what do you got?
All right. Number 5, I'm going to go Flying High Again.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a good one. All right, new name I've never seen before. We got Zach Nathanson. My introduction to Black Sabbath was the 81 adult animated cult class. Hell yeah, heavy metal. Dio came first, Ozzy came second. I was 11 when I first heard them. Sabbath just blew the door down, 100%. And there's not too many bands where they could replace the singer and still be super relevant. I mean, there's Sabbath, and then there's like Van Halen and
AC/DC.
AC/DC. Yeah, there's not too many.
No, those are the big three, I think, in like rock.
And if you're from Cleveland, I guess Mushroom Head. Hey, JP Singer was the guy that replaced the guy.
I'm 10 years. Like
for 10 years, they were still pretty good.
I'm just referring to bands that were platinum with both singers. You know,
yeah,
like millions of albums. Those are the three bands.
Yeah, that's
that
it.
You think of.
All right, so I am going to see. Megan says, I would have a hard time making a list of my favorites. Perry Mason, No More Tears, Patient 9. And I can't remember the song that he did with Elton John. And I can't either.
Neither can I.
But I do remember that being a thing.
Yeah, I remember
if I'm not mistaken, they're both playing piano in the song.
Just don't say the Ozzy song. Don't say the Ozzy song with Busta Rhymes, because then I'm gonna make you watch Halloween Resurrection.
I love Busta Rhymes.
Oh,
and
not the song with Busta Rhymes.
I'm going to argue Halloween Resurrection is a better film than some of them because of Busta Rhymes.
Moving right along.
Dead Last for All of Us? Wasn't that Dead Last for All of Us?
Yes.
Wasn't for me.
Nevertheless, she said when she brought up Elton John, it made me think of crazy things that Ozzy did. And Ozzy did at least 3 rap songs. 3 of them. And one of them was, I'm a giant Wu-Tang Clan fan, as everybody knows. Got a tattooed on my arm somewhere. There it goes. And I have everything that Wu-Tang ever did. I used to on CD, like 100 CDs and blah, blah, blah. But they did a song for the South Park album. And it was Chef introduces them back together again for the first time ever or whatever. And it was Ozzy Osbourne, Crystal Method, Old Dirty Bastard, and DMX. And if you've never heard it, it is a goddamn banger. And I swear to Christ, Ozzy spits the best verse out of all of them.
I'll check that out.
It is a banger. I can't remember the name of the song, but I wish I could remember even the lyrics that Ozzy says. You know, like it's sweet, dude. And that's when ODB first changed his name to Big Baby Jesus. He was doing that thing. So anytime he cursed in the song, he censored it because Jesus wouldn't swear. Dude, it's amazing. It's freaking awesome.
So would that be your 5?
That's it. Yeah, that's right. And like I said, it wouldn't have been number 5, but it is now because I didn't think of it earlier. It's not my number. It is a banger, and I love it.
My number 4 is a song I've always loved, but I love it even more that I listen to music when I drive all day long. I listen to music, and I got a system in my car, and it's going to be Electric Funeral, because the bass guitar in that song is like the greatest thing of all time. So I'm kind of cheating because that one's on here because of Geezer Butler, but I love that song.
Well,
the
thing is, I was actually taking my top 5 a little more seriously than the random ones I was doing before. And my number 4, I'd already decided was going to be Electric Funeral for that reason. And because for me, War Pigs is overplayed. I love the song, so I can't put it in a top notch. And Electric Funeral is probably my favorite song on that album.
The best bass guitar like ever. It's it's so high in the mix. Like I always thought, I'm like, man, I think Geezer broke into the studio and changed the mix on that one and made the bass so prevalent, but it's so perfect for that song. Yeah.
So
it gives it a very ominous feel. Having
the lyrics to Ozzy's song with ODB and DMX and Crystal Method, who are surrounded by the colors, I see crimson, black, and blue, locking open doors again. I'm still afraid of you. Like the dark and light again. I will always thought I knew. Young to old and young again. What's left for me to do? Center of the universe collected me in time. I'm falling down upon the earth and singing truth and rhyme. If I was a rolling stone, I'd roll until I'm through. And if I was a garden, I would bloom in black for you. It's fucking badass. I don't know. And, to be on there with he doesn't rap. He sings his lyrics, but it's kind of in the rhythm of the rap songs. It's just a shit. I recommend you guys. And it's so just absurd to have those guys together. And it's on a South Park.
I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah, and just like because it was the Chef Aid album, and Chef's introducing them like they've been like it's just a normal thing for them to be together, and it works, dude. The whole thing works, and you got DMX barking like a dog, and ODB doing ODB things, and Crystal Method. I don't even know who they really are. I just know them from the Spawn album and from this, and they're like a techno thing, right?
I'm very familiar with Crystal Method.
And isn't it like a techno thing?
More like trip hop. More like trip hop, not really techno.
I don't know what trip hop is. So to me, that might be techno. Right. In my head, that might be techno. Electric music.
They had a radio hit on rock radio that crossed over called Name of the Game in like 2000.
Right on.
Listen, all you motherfuckers! Like if you heard it, you know it.
No, I know it. Yeah,
oh yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I know it. Yeah. Oh, that was in a movie or something.
I'm sure it has been. It's super catchy.
Yeah, it's like the scene of a movie that's like really good, but oh well. Nevertheless, I digress. I digress a lot. Heavy metal was where animation didn't have to be just for kids. It was pure and in-your-face sci-fi, EC Comics, Penthouse, and Sword and Sorcery. That was where my introduction to them. Absolutely, that was good stuff. I loved it.
Throw another one out there so I get into my top 3.
St. John's, Michigan, Jason. Ordinary Man is the Elton John Black Sabbath tune. Thank you. Or Elton John Ozzy Osbourne tune. Oh, damn it. I will go with what number am I on? Because I got my number 1 I want to save. So okay. I will go with Mr. Crowley. Okay. If I haven't already. I don't think I have.
All right. Breaking into my top 3, and this is definitely top 3, and these have been my 3 favorites forever. Number 3 is the last song on Master Reality called Into the Void. It's just so... It's not their heaviest song, but it's a contender for it, especially that opening riff, but it's the doomiest. It's just like...
That's what Sabbath is that doomy, darkness, like evil.
These like, Electric Wizard and these like doomy bands now, it's like Into the Void like started that whole subgenre.
I think that the doominess and gloominess is what made Black Sabbath metal and separated them from hard rock.
Well, it's funny because the other 2 songs in my top 3 are completely different.
Right on.
You'll see why.
All right, JP, name a song.
Number 3, I'm going to go with Planet Caravan.
Planet Caravan, which Pantera does better.
No.
All right. I will go with because I almost died with Adam driving, spun around my car like 8 times on the freeway, and I'm going to go with Crazy Train. Yeah.
That played at every NFL stadium every Sunday because it always hypes people up.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, it's a great song for what it is, man. My number 2 is the second song on Sabbath's Bloody Sabbath, and it's my favorite heavy metal riff of all time, A National Acrobat.
Right on. I don't know this song.
It's my favorite heavy metal riff ever. And there's not a week that goes by.
You said a National Acrobat?
A National Acrobat. There's not a week that goes by in the last 30 years where that riff doesn't randomly pop into my head at some point. I'll just be walking down the...
Oh, I didn't want to play it. Oh, you kicked off. I didn't want to play it. I added to my thing.
Can't play it on here. We'll get booted.
Right, I know.
Yeah, but no, you know it for sure. Everybody does. If you hear that riff...
I don't think I do.
Yeah, you do. They used to play it live.
They maybe used to play it live, but I only seen them twice, and I don't think it was on either set list.
But I'm saying it was a staple of their live sets for years.
All right.
My number 2, and really my 1 and 2, I could probably flip a coin on any given time and put either one of them in any position. So, but I'm going to go with number 2, Bark at the Moon. For reasons I talked about earlier, it was the first song I heard from him. So,
well, that just spoiler, that's going to be my number 1. So, and for the reasons I gave earlier, and so I will have to go with so I will have to go with let's see. Not doing that one. Not doing that one. That's a good one. Road to Nowhere. That's a good one. I like Road to Nowhere. But Zigzag from Death Curse Society gonna join us. What's up, brother?
Hey,
What a shitty day.
It is a very shitty day, but we decided that we would come on and honor the man himself and tell some stories about Ozzy Osbourne. And I sent out an invite to a bunch of people, and some people actually answered them. Some people are in the comments.
well,
You know, I see, you know, all the invites and everything. This is of importance. And, you know, Ozzy's been part of my life, my whole life. You know, I'm
you are a
Ozzy's.
musician yourself. You're a drummer, and
Yeah.
JP's a bass player. Ryan's a singer.
Yep, and heavy music is because of Black Sabbath, hands down. That's it. That's where it started, man.
Tomorrow, nor you last week, if it's not for Black Sabbath. You know.
So this one hurts a little bit, man.
It hurts a lot of bit, and we knew that the day was inevitable. We knew the day was soon. I'm so glad that he was able to do that last show in Birmingham that you watched on pay-per-view, and I watched it was a great show. He was amazing. He sounded great. He sounded perfect. It broke my heart every time he went like this and just couldn't stand. He wanted to stand so bad and couldn't, and it just really broke my heart. And it was just, you know, but all the bands there were great except Axl Rose. And I'm sorry, dude, he sucked. He sucked. But
what blew my mind about that though, and Axl about later, that was the first and only time he ever met Ozzy.
And he's telling me this story. Ryan's telling me this story. I said, "Well, it won't be the last time. What are you talking about?" I guess it will.
Not because I expected him to die. I just knew that he was retired.
Yeah.
You know, what's he gonna do? Show up at a show in America? No, he's retired in England.
Award show or something.
Before we get totally off track, though, JP, just throw out your number one.
No more tears.
There you go. And mine is the last song on their first album, and it's a Bitterfinger Sleeping Village Warning, because I love the bluesy tone to that. It's a 15-minute song, and it stays interesting the whole time.
Well, wasn't Ozzy's first band like kind of a blues band?
Yeah, called Earth. That's
Earth,
what
yeah.
Black Sabbath was calling himself Earth before that.
Yeah, I know some stuff. Ziggy, what's your favorite Black Sabbath and or Ozzy song?
Yikes.
All right, let's do it differently. What's your earliest memory of either?
Yeah.
That's probably a better thing.
The original Black Sabbath record my brother bought, and I remember being extremely creeped out by that cover.
Mm-hmm.
But then I remember, like, you know, I got into Ozzy right when he left Sabbath, because I remember seeing that on the news. Oh, Ozzy Osbourne leaves Black Sabbath. It's like, what? It's crazy, you know? And so then those two amazing records, Speak of the Devil, and then we got, you know, those grand ones, those two back to back. And I like Believer, man. I like Black Sabbath. It's Fairies Wear Boots. I think it's not the heaviest, you know, tritone guitar riff and everything, but man, that song just rocks, you know.
Yeah.
And they let loose in it. But when Ozzy went solo, I mean, I heard you guys talking about Bark at the Moon. That's epic. That one's so good. But Believer, and I don't think I'll ever be able to listen to Diary of a Madman again without
it's definitely
tearing up.
tough, man. Yeah, like that show, that live show that he did. I mean, I was crying a couple times, man.
Yeah.
I mean, in a room full of metalheads, and we're sitting there watching this on the 85-inch, and we're all turning into little girls, man, crying because there's just so many memories. Because like you said on your show a million times, how the horror community and the metal community are kind of the same thing, you know. And
Biggest hearts, man. Biggest hearts.
Right, but we're kind of the same people too. Like if you're into heavy music, you're probably into horror movies, you know. They kind of go hand in hand. So that's why I thought it was important for us to, you know, break in and, you know, talk about this a little bit with today's events and, you know, what the impact that he's had on all of our lives in all different parts of our lives. Right on.
I've been to whether I want to tell this story or not, and I think I'm going to do it.
Oh, I think you need to. I think, yeah.
It was 20 years ago this week. My best friend Nick Reese passed away.
Oh yeah, Reese.
Just if we're 4 days short of the 20th anniversary of his passing. Huge Black Sabbath fan, huge heavy metal fan, even bigger Pantera fan. And if he was still around, he'd be going with us tomorrow.
He's going with this spirit.
When he
just
passed,
like he went in spirit with us to Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah,
we took him with us.
When he passed away, his mother, bless Carol, wherever she is. I don't know where she is. Hopefully she's still with us. She asked me to do, well, many favors, no problem. But one thing she asked me to do, and it was one little thing I thought nothing of. She's like, can you put together a CD of music to play like at his viewing and everything? Because you listen to all the same music he does. And then, sure.
And music was such an important part of this man's life,
Yes.
So that's actually a pretty daunting task, I think.
I mean, yes and no. And I put like Hollow by Pantera was on there. It's a song about your friend dying and things like that. And a lot of these were like emotional, to me, but I was numb. When he passed away, I was numb. I'm not a crier. I'm a pretty tough nut to crack, but once I do, it's bad. And the one song when I was putting together all this shit, and it makes no sense because I'm a hardcore atheist too, but See You on the Other Side.
Oh yeah.
I get to that song and I figured, yeah, I'll put that on there. And I'm like, oh, let me listen to this. This is the night before the viewing. I'm by myself at home drinking. And I decide to listen to this fucking thing. And when that song comes on, I lost it.
Yeah.
That was the one song.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the next time I hear that song, I'm going to cry.
I've not listened to it since, and I can't. If it comes on, I skip. Spotify, bye. I can't do it.
Yep.
Fuck, they had our local radio station here immediately went right to the Ozzxy and Sabbath. There's a bunch of customers here. I had to turn the shit off. So it was killing me, man. Yeah. I was out here selling plants and shit, man. I was like, excuse me.
Oh, in the chat, you guys were talking about the thing for Saturday, and you were saying this house or the greenhouse, and I'm thinking the greenhouse is a club. Oh, yeah, that's right. You work at a greenhouse. Oh, I'm so
yes. It's my private club. I'm actually in here. I'll do a little
I'm thinking like it's like a club or a restaurant or something. Yeah. I'm like, oh, the greenhouse.
The greenhouse. It's like the White House, but weed.
And then there's the poker table.
That's right. Yeah, I know. I was, I'm on the air, so I didn't get to really pay attention. But oh man, right on.
Well, definitely going to be blowing some steam off this weekend now for sure.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I got a ringer coming up to play poker. I don't know if you caught the earlier part of the show. Ryan's not sure if he's coming or not, but he's saying no, you're not coming.
No, I'm coming.
Oh,
he's coming.
He's shaking his head. I'm like, yeah, he was a professional poker player.
I understand you're a student of the game.
I don't know what he's talking about.
The guy was able to play poker and not work for at least a year. Might have been more.
Does 3 of a kind beat us straight? I don't know.
You have the luck that I don't.
It's like
and that's it. No matter how good or bad you are at this game, it's 80% luck. So we'll see how the cards fall, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
But I guess I got to get out of here because I got other people that are going to use my streaming devices to do something in a couple minutes. But I want to thank everybody for coming on. Ziggy, JP, Ryan, everybody in the comments for coming on and sharing your thoughts and your ideas and favorite songs and favorite memories of this great man and that touched all of our lives and many, many other lives. And we wouldn't have the genre of metal music if it wasn't for him. And I'm going to go rock out to some fucking Pantera tomorrow. And I'll probably shed a tear or two during the course of the show. Thinking about Ozzy Osbourne and everything he's done.
I'll leave it with this, man. I'll just say he's dead, yes, but he'll never die.
Right.
Never.
Love
you guys, man. I'll see you.
You too, Zig. We'll see you.
All right, brother. We'll see you Saturday, my man.
See you, man.
And on that note, everybody, you guys want to add anything before we leave? You guys want to say anything else?
Thanks for coming on, Jake.
Thank you for having me on.
Thanks for coming on at the last second.
I'll check you guys out Thursday with my Ryan.
And you're going live immediately after, not a live. It's not a tape show where you guys comment live, right?
No,
so that's
no,
what I was telling Ryan. We got a hard out at 8 o'clock because we got to get Ryan out of there.
Yeah, because I've not got the studio completely set up, and Ryan's having some issues right now, so we haven't been able to get together. So we've done multiple live episodes.
I will get him out the door at 7:55 at the latest. I'll have an alarm set.
So
we're going to be doing a live Thursday right after you guys on the new Superman.
And we're going to join that as soon as we wrap up. Since we got to wrap up at 7:55 so he can get over there, we're going to immediately jump over into the live chat and check you guys out then. And I'm hoping tomorrow night to see the both of you. I'll talk to you, JP, as soon as I hit the end thing here, and we'll see if we can figure that out. But guys, see us on Thursday at 7. Tell a friend, and let's get a lot of people on and make the show awesome. And I will talk to you guys Thursday at 7.
And a little different tonight. Instead of my normal thing, I'll just say this. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Rest in peace, Nick Reese. And we'll see you on the other side.